And here we go, the main event of the evening. Of course, this is worth double points. Which means if it is a singles match, it's worth 10 points. And introducing first, he is your Mayhem champion, being accompanied to the ring by Mr. Walrus himself. It is Brock Lesnar. What a way to main event a special Mystery Vortex episode by having the Mayhem champion turn up as well. But who does PJ Toby have lined up for said Mayhem champion? Like I said, this is going to be a debut from another brand. So not an out-and-out debut, but a debut from another brand. The first time this man has appeared on Mayhem. And it's going to give a very interesting match. Very interesting. But Lesnar does not look worried. He never does he? He's such a cocky bugger. And there has been talk the last few days about Lesnar finishing up the company over the next few months. After WrestleMania, isn't it? I think his contract expires. Yeah, finishing off with... I realised that belt's wrong. It's got red gems on one side and white on the other. Is that? I'm sure I did that. I'm sure it was probably bugged again. It's always bloody bugged, isn't it? So here we go. It is Matanza Cueto. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Matanza Cueto joins the Mayhem roster in a monumental trade that has seen AJ Styles move to Adrenaline. AJ Styles and Matanza Cueto. That is a humongous trade. It really is. Possibly one of the biggest we've seen so far in SWE. AJ Styles, a man who I think suits the Adrenaline roster fantastically well. I can already hear you right now behind your monitors thinking AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ versus Zayn, AJ versus Okada. It's all going to happen. It is all going to happen. Trust me on that. But right now, we have got the beast amongst men versus the monster. If they throw some more in there, can't be the beast versus the monster versus the animal versus all sorts. So we go then, Brock Lesnar, the Mayhem champion, takes on the newest member of the Mayhem roster, Matanza Cueto, in what is really going to be a Clash of the Titans. Of course, Matanza's last match was at the Clash of the Titans pay-per-view only a few days ago for Adrenaline, where he faced off against Vader. And of course, it was actually a victory for Matanza in that match. At the moment, Brock Lesnar just tossing Matanza around like he's nothing. Gut wrench suplex. Referee's at a 5 count. A little bit worrying here. We might end up with a double count, and if we do, we will restart the match. I'm not having a debut ruined by a double count out. Oh, Matanza just flattens Brock Lesnar. The ring at this point is not enough to contain these two guys. Matanza throws Brock Lesnar back into the ring, and he knows, Matanza, that a victory here could fast track him straight into the championship picture. And of course, a victory against the champion does give you an excess 50 points. So you get 10 points of winning the match, then you get 50 points of beating the champion. Matanza, oh my god. Matanza would be more or less top of the rankings, of course, apart from the champions. Oh, and Matanza Cueto now finally taking control of this match and launching Brock Lesnar around like he's a cruiserweight. Dropping an elbow, and another elbow straight across the chest this time of Brock Lesnar as Matanza Cueto drops back into the corner. And a belly-to-belly suplex. Matanza Cueto taking Lesnar to Suplex City here. Gut-wrenched across the ring. Lesnar taking Matanza down. elbows across the chest of Matanza there by Lesnar. And this is an interesting battle between these two now, isn't it? Both guys take control for a split period of time before the other person takes control of the match. Matanza with a big right hand to the gut of Lesnar, but Lesnar catching Matanza straight away again into the corner with such force that Matanza just bounces out. Lesnar now with the backbreaker on Matanza. And the reverse dragon sleeper. Matanza struggling, but a couple of knees right to the face of Brock Lesnar. It's an interesting one, this, actually, because I'm pretty sure I read an interview recently where Jeff Cobb spoke about the possibility of wrestling Lesnar. It's an interesting concept, isn't it? There's a pin by Matanza after the gorilla press. You see Heyman there sliding a chair into the ring. Obviously a little bit worried about the current state of his client in the ring. Matanza now mounting Lesnar in the camel clutch. Wow. Lesnar being manhandled here, but fights his way through. Oh, Matanza's neck caught that middle rope as he came out of that submission. Lesnar now launching Matanza over the top once again to the outside. And it seems to be Lesnar the one who wants to get outside and have a bit of a rumble. Oh, sending Matanza straight into the apron. Elbow to the gut there by Matanza on Lesnar. Matanza once again. See, Matanza wants to be in the ring. Matanza knows that a victory here has massive ramifications for him, whereas Lesnar just knows he has to survive, and a double count out is more than good enough for Lesnar, who catches Matanza with that angle slam. There's the pin. Only a 2 count. Lesnar slamming a boot right into the back of the head of Matanza Cueto, now twisting the head of Matanza. Oh, really wrenching that head now. And Lesnar just using his advantage here just to try and keep Matanza grounded. It's the best thing, I think, for him. A few big elbows right in the chest. Followed up by the head scissors now, and a few more big elbows right to the top of the head of Matanza Cueto. There's the pin. 1, 2, only 2. Lesnar now in control of Matanza Cueto. And Lesnar locking in an armbar on Matanza. Matanza rolls himself through. Oh, and a couple of big right hands right to the face of Lesnar. Lesnar once again the quickest man back up to his feet, and again sending Matanza over the top and down to the ground below. Lesnar really just trying his best to get Matanza outside the ring and get him into a bit more of a fighting situation. I think Lesnar's a little bit worried about the actual wrestling situation. I think that Matanza might have his number in some of these suplexes, you know. He's definitely completed a lot more suplexes in this match. Whereas Matanza tends to prefer when Lesnar's in the ring. And once again, they're back in the ring, but Paul Heyman once again distracting Matanza Cueto. And this could be Lesnar's advantage, really. Lesnar going for a backdrop. Matanza rolled it through into a crossbody. And Matanza Cueto now dropping those elbows right into the shoulder. That's how I feel. That's what I feel like right now. That's what my shoulders feel like right now. Oh, Matanza has Lesnar in that big slam. There's the pin. Oh, and Heyman's up on the apron, distracting the referee. Is not able to count. Matanza's not happy. He had this match won here. I'm pretty sure Matanza had this match won here. Lesnar did not kick out. Oh my God, standing shooting star press by Matanza Cueto. Bringing Lesnar back up, and Lesnar fighting back. Knee to the face of Matanza Cueto. There's a pin by Lesnar. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. And that is the problem with facing off against Brock Lesnar here, is that Paul Heyman is always there at ringside. Matanza breaks free from the head scissors. And sending Lesnar into the corner. Oh, but Lesnar catching Matanza with a knee. Matanza just shook it off like nothing happened. And Lesnar drops him face first now as well. Lesnar rolls Matanza over. 1, 2. Only a 2. Lesnar raining the boots onto the back of Matanza Cueto. Lesnar having to drop back into a corner and relax for a few seconds. Lesnar now German suplex on Matanza. And there's a second German suplex as well. And the trifecta of German suplexes on Matanza Cueto. As Lesnar stalking the monster. Up onto the shoulders he goes. Many have risen and many have fallen to the F5. There's the pin. 1, 2. No! Matanza refusing to fall to the F5. Lesnar G'd himself up. He's not impressed, but at the same time, I think he's quite enjoying the competition that Matanza Cueto's offered him here. Of course, Lesnar had it easy at the pay-per-view with Shawn Michaels, really dominated the match. Matanza folding Lesnar in half with a German suplex, dropping a leg drop now as well, and an elbow drop, and another elbow straight across the face of Lesnar. Matanza Cueto standing over the fallen beast that is Brock Lesnar. As he slowly makes his way back up to his feet, Matanza catches Lesnar, looking right in the face of Heyman as he hits another massive front slam. There's the pin. 1, 2. Oh, and Lesnar's kicked out now as well. I cannot believe it. Lesnar, big uppercut on Matanza, who catches Lesnar with a jawbreaker and a run straight through him like a steam train. Holy guacamole. Knee to the back. And a standing shooting star press once again by Matanza Cueto. But Lesnar trying to get a bit of offense back in. I don't think he's going to get the victory here, but no, he didn't get the victory there. But it just gives him a chance to relax for a couple of seconds while his opponent has to kick out. Again, another big slam by Matanza. Is it going to be enough? Again, it's not enough. Matanza backing away into the corner, taking a few seconds to rethink his strategy for taking Lesnar up for a big fall-away slam. Matanza Cueto up on the middle rope. Lesnar's slowly making his way back up to his feet. And a big diving shoulder block. That's like two buildings crashing into each other. Matanza, I was about to say in firm control, but Lesnar fighting back with a boot in the face. And gets on the back into a German suplex and bridges for the pin. Agility by Brock Lesnar. 2. Oh, and again Matanza kicked out. This is just studded, isn't it? This really is an amazing match. And just when I was saying a couple of days ago about how good Carnage was in that match between Taz and Daisuke Sekimoto, Matanza Cueto and Brock Lesnar just stepping it up a gear with this match as well. Matanza sending Lesnar over his shoulder now. Oh, Matanza catching Lesnar. Again, just staring Heyman down as he catches him in the gut-wrench suplex. Boot across the face as well. What is it going to take for one of these two men to finally concede to the other? Lesnar's busted open now by the knee of Matanza Cueto. Matanza just continuing to try and break open the skull of Brock Lesnar. Matanza stalking Lesnar Once again in for the big slam. 1, 2. Matanza Cueto has just pinned your Mayhem champion Brock Lesnar. Wow. Well, I'm pretty sure it's going to take very brief discussions with PJ Toby to decide that Matanza Cueto is the #1 contender for the Mayhem Championship. That, my friends, is quite an insane victory. And that is a match that I am literally watering at the mouth to see again in a few weeks' time at the next pay-per-view. It's going to be credible. It really is. And you think Matanza could have won it earlier in the match if it wasn't for Heyman distracting the referee there. But there it was. That was the third. Big front slam. Matanza Cueto survived an F5 as well. Oh. What a victory for the debuting Matanza Cueto here on Mayhem. A force to be reckoned with, this man. So guys, that is the end of our Mystery Vortex style episode of Mayhem. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and of course let myself and PJ Toby know in the comment section below exactly what you liked or exactly what you didn't like. Tell us who you're hyped to see, what matches you're looking forward to in the future of Mayhem as well. PJ Toby is down there. He doesn't like people to know, but he's fishing around there. He's looking at the comments. He takes a lot of information down from what you've said as well before we make our card to these shows. So definitely make sure you let him know exactly what you want to see. But I'm pretty sure in a few weeks' time, in the next Mayhem pay-per-view, we are going to see Brock Lesnar versus Matanza Cueto for the Mayhem Championship. Of course, a lot of fantastic debuts here this evening. We do still have one more debut planned for you next week as well in our main event against John Cena. Who's that going to be? Find out next week, aren't you? I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon for some more SWE.